I was halfway through a presentation in Singapore when my phone buzzed again. Third time in 5 minutes. First, I ignored it. Then the subject line flashed on my screen like a knife glinting under light. Good news about the seaside villa. My father never used exclamation marks. My mother never used good news unless it benefited my sister. I opened the email. A single sentence waited for me, casual, almost cheerful, like they were commenting on the weather. We've sold your villa to help your sister with her gambling debts. You didn't need it anyway, right? Right. The room faded. The projector hummed. The conference table blurred. And for a moment I heard nothing except the slow, deliberate beat of my own pulse. I didn't respond. I didn't call. I didn't even breathe. I walked out of the meeting, stepped into the hallway, and dialed the police. Because there was something my parents didn't know. And when the real estate agent called them, everything they believed about me and about that villa would collapse. Years ago, the villa wasn't just property. It was the only thing I kept after distancing myself from my family. I bought it at 26, after my sister forged my signature on a loan and nearly dragged me into bankruptcy. My parents defended her, of course. She's young, they said. She made a mistake. Her mistakes always landed on my desk. I learned something valuable then. Love without boundaries becomes leverage. So I built my walls. Quietly, calmly, permanently. I renovated the villa myself. Late nights sanding wood, repairing old pipes, repainting walls while everyone else slept. It became the only place that was entirely mine, and the only place my family had no access to, or so they thought. The signs started a month before the email. A strange call from my mother asking if I ever thought about simplifying my assets. My father mentioning, too casually, that property taxes were a lot for one person to handle. My sister sending a voice message, slurred, desperate, promising she was done gambling for good this time. I knew that tone. I knew the mess that followed it. Still, I played dumb. Listened. Waited. Then my lawyer forwarded me a scanned request from a real estate agency. A request with a forged signature, mine, attempting to authorize a sale. My family hadn't learned a thing. But I had. I didn't confront them. Confrontation gives the enemy time. Instead, I studied the forged documents, the slanted letters, the trembling attempt at my initials, my sister's work. Again, I sat at my desk, folded my hands, and made a decision that felt like closing a heavy door. No more cleaning up after them. Justice, this time, would not be gentle. So I set the plan in motion. Step 1. I transferred ownership of the villa to a trust under my company's name. That trust had been set up years ago, after the first forgery incident. The villa hadn't been mine, not legally, for 4 years. Step 2. I notified the police about attempted fraud and the completed sale executed without the legal owner's consent. Since the owner was the trust, the case escalated faster than I expected. Corporate property, even sentimental corporate property like mine, is protected with teeth. Step 3. I told my lawyer to let the real estate agent proceed just long enough to make the call. And step 4, the final stitch. I flew home. I arrived at my parents' house the exact moment the phone rang. My father answered on speaker. Hello? Yes, this is Mr. Kim. The villa? Yes, the sale is finalized. The agent cleared their throat. Sir, I need to inform you the sale is invalid. You sold property you did not own. Silence. What do you mean? My father asked, voice cracking. The villa belongs to a corporate trust. Your daughter is not the legal owner. She hasn't been for several years. Consent was not obtained. This is attempted fraud. The authorities have been notified. My father's face drained to ash. My mother whispered my name like a warning or a plea. I couldn't tell which. Then my sister stumbled out of the hallway, hair matted, eyes wide. You can fix this, right? She asked me. You always fix things. I looked at her, really looked, and for the first time I wasn't the sibling who saved her. I didn't break this, I said softly. I'm just letting the truth handle itself. My father slammed his hand on the table. How could you do this to us? I almost laughed. You sold my home. You didn't need it. That line again. The same casual cruelty. I needed the truth more, I said. Then the police car pulled up outside. And the downfall began. The investigation was quick. The evidence was obvious. The trust pressed charges. So did the agency. My parents tried to call me dozens of times. My sister wrote long, dramatic messages filled with blame, apology, accusation, looping endlessly like a gambler's spiral. I didn't block them. I simply didn't answer. I returned to my villa the next week. The sea was calm, the windows warm with afternoon light. My footprints were the only ones in the sand. My home was untouched. My life, finally, unentangled. And as I stood on the balcony, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. An ending. A real one. They thought they could take what was mine. They thought I'd react the way I always had, quiet, forgiving, pliable. But they forgot one thing. I don't raise my voice. I don't beg. I don't plead. I plan. And when the real estate agent called them, that was the moment they learned exactly who I had become.